This video is brought to you by Roll for Combat, an official Paizo actual play podcast. Visit rollforcombat.com today to listen to Agents of Edgewatch and join Basil, Dougie, Gomez, and Lomang as they protect and serve the citizens of Absalom from a mysterious and diabolical plot. Hey everybody, Dave here with another Pathfinder rule reminder for you, and today's topic is the Incapacitation Trait. This was a suggested topic from one of the viewers, and I'm glad they did, because this is one of those traits that I think people see in stat blocks and just kind of assume they understand how it works and overlook it, and the reality is, unless you are diligent enough to go to the index of the core rules and look up the trait, then you may not fully understand what the incapacitation trait does. Basically, the incapacitation trait, what it does is it signals that when that spell or any other effect is used against a target that has a character level that is more than double the level of the effect, then they're going to get some preferential treatment when they are resisting that effect. So Sleep is a pretty common first level spell. It does have the incapacitation trait, and when it is cast against a target, that target has to make a will save, and on a failure, then that target falls unconscious. So because this has the incapacitation trait assigned with it, then any target that is third level or higher, so it's going to be more than double the level of the spell. In this case, a first level spell, double that is 2, so third level or higher, then when they make their will save, it's bumped up by 1 degree of success. So if they normally roll a failure, that failure becomes a success. If they roll a success, that becomes a critical success. And if that target is third level or higher, then it's impossible for them to critically fail. Now, that's how it works on a spell that has a save associated with it, but if it was a different kind of spell that had a spell attack roll that the caster had to roll, then the result is lowered by 1 level of success against targets that are more than double the level of the spell. Now, it is important to mention that any spell can be heightened, and if you're not familiar with this concept, I have a couple of different videos that go into greater detail on heightening. But if you have a target that you want to make sure that they don't get that advantage, you can cast Sleep at 2nd level, in which case the target would have to be 5th level or higher to get the benefits of the incapacitation trait, or cast it at 3rd level, and then that target would have to be 7th level. And there are other spells that don't inherently have the incapacitate trait, but do have, as part of their success or failure conditions, the incapacitate trait is incorporated into their effects. So for example, if we look at Phantasmal Killer, in the critical failure text, if the target of Phantasmal Killer critically fails their will save, then they're so frightened by this effect that they might die, and they have to make a fortitude save to resist dying. And if we take a look at the critical failure text for Phantasmal Killer, we see that on a critical failure, they have to make that fortitude save. In that case, not the entire spell, but in that case of having initially a critical failure, they have to make another save, and on that save, there is the incapacitate trait. So if that target is more than double the level of the spell slot that was used to cast Phantasmal Killer, then they're going to get the advantages of incapacitate. So that's it in a nutshell. Always make sure that you check and make sure you know what each trait means. The core rules varies it a little bit in the index for a lot of what these different traits mean, but for the case of the incapacitate trait, if you are more than double the level of the effect that has the incapacitate trait, then if you make a save against that effect, you bump up your success by 1 degree. Critical failures become failures, failures become successes, and successes become critical successes. And if it is a spell attack that has the incapacitate trait, then the attacker's results are lowered by 1 condition, so that again it benefits that target that is more than double the level of the effect. As always, please leave your thoughts and suggestions for future rule reminders in the comments of this video. I'll make sure I leave links again to my videos on heightening and other related topics in the description. And I want to take just a quick moment to thank everybody in the community who supports me, whether that's through clicking the like button, subscribing to this channel, subscribing to the Patreon, following me on Twitter, sharing the videos with your friends. It all adds up, and I greatly appreciate everything that the people of this community do to support me. Thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming!